Ho ho ho, you jolly old nerds, and welcome back to the Brew Interview's Christmas Spectacular multi-denominational holiday special movie review thing. I am Robbie, and joining me as always via the internet is my best friend Lauren. It is episode 67, and this week, as tradition dictates, we are reviewing another Christmas movie. So grab some cocoa, a gingerbread cookie, and sit back by the fire and join us in reviewing the soon-to-be Christmas classic, Krampus. This week on the Brew Interviews.
The Brew Interviews, coast to coast, brews, faves, and more with Lauren and Robbie.
So how you been, Lauren?
Oh, Robbie, I just finished the first week at my new job, and I am exhausted.
Well, yeah, you're a fluffer, right? That's your new job.
Let me tell you, it's hard work. Hey,
literally hard work.
No, I came into a GIS system that is calling it a nightmare would be an understatement. So my brain's fried, and I'm glad that we're talking about a movie.
Because I'll be doing most of the talking.
Yep,
That's okay.
Yep. How about you, Robbie? How have you been?
I was good, and then I had a really stupid, not a blonde moment, because I feel like that's not a term people like anymore, but like a dumb moment. For Thanksgiving, I made turkey, but I cut them all up into separate pieces and used it on an oven rack, on a tray, stuff like that. Yes. Well, during Thanksgiving, when I took everything out and I put it on a platter to cut up and serve for myself, I didn't have any room on my countertops for a hot baking tray with the rack. So I was like, I'll throw it back in the oven, and the oven's off. I'll just get it, when I'm done, when I clean up. And I forgot about it and didn't find it until Thursday? Wednesday.
A week?
So I was like, oh, good. I was like, because I went to go cook something else. I'm like, where the fuck is my baking tray? I was like, and then I was like, no.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
And I couldn't smell anything because it was in the oven, and I hadn't used the oven in a week.
Oh my
so,
God.
Oops.
Well, at least it wasn't a month.
Blonde moment.
You would have found it before then.
I cooked way before then. Yeah. 100%.
Shit.
So, Lauren, what are you drinking this week?
Well, Robbie, to switch it up from the huge of sours and IPAs, I decided to go with Dorothy's New World Lager from Toppling Goliath. That one. Toppling.
you couldn't pronounce it?
Toppling Goliath. All right, one more time. Toppling Goliath Brewing Company.
There you go.
I don't know where they're from, though. Where does it? They are from Decorah, Iowa. Iowa's IA, right?
Iowa.
Iowa.
No, it's from a movie.
Yeah, I don't watch movies. It's good. I like the can. It's pretty. It tastes
Your
like
descriptors are on point today.
I know. Bear with me, people. It's a little citrusy. It kind of has that same vibe as like a wheat that I don't necessarily like, but I kind of like it in the lager form. It's like a little bready and citrusy and light, and I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would because the smell doesn't give you the sense that that's what it's going to taste like.
I sent that to you. Was it your birthday or was it before your birthday? I got this from a Tavor crate.
I think you sent it to me for my birthday because it says that it was canned in June.
Okay.
And it expires in 10 days.
Oh, horse
beer
hockey,
expires. Oh my God, Robbie! You know what we forgot to mention? You know what was graced upon this world today?
Santa?
No. The Marvelous Miss Maisel season 3 came out.
Oh yeah, that is today. We're recording on Friday, so yeah, I'm very excited about that.
I fully plan on taking Sunday to binge watch all of it.
No, you know what? Fuck you. It took like 2 years for a bunch of us to convince you to watch the goddamn show.
No, nobody even told me about it until recently.
Yes, I did.
Well, I don't remember things, Robbie. You have to sit me down and make me watch it.
Oh, you slut. The first season, after I finished it, the next episode we recorded, I was like, holy shit, Lauren, you have to watch this show. It is one of my favorites.
Yeah, well, Danny made me do it, and now I do it.
And then you ignored me for 2 years.
Well, I just didn't know how to use my Amazon Prime, Robbie.
You don't get to be excited for that now. You don't get to watch it. Fuck you.
Fuck you. I'm watching it. I love it. I was famous to be Susie, all right? I was famous for 10 minutes.
I was famous to be Susie?
Yeah, being Susie.
That sentence doesn't make sense.
My brain is fried. I don't know what you want from me. Oh, what are you drinking?
This week, I am also drinking a beer from my Tavor crate. It is from Saltfire Brewing Company in Salt Lake City, Utah. It is called Fury Kolsch. It is a Kolsch-style ale coming in at 5.2%.
Whoop, whoop.
Very simple. It's a neat little bottle.
Oh,
Comes
I
in
love
a bottle.
that. It's so cute.
Yep. Should make a good picture.
Yes. Oh, my beer was 5.5%. I forgot to mention that. My bad. Love you.
It's quite tasty. I love Kolsch's. It's like one of my favorite styles of beer.
Yeah, you do
I don't
like
know.
your Kolsch.
Yeah, I'm like kind of like the opposite of most craft beer dudes who are just into like dark
IPAs
stouts and IPAs.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I like Kolsch's and Otravez.
I do. Oh, Otrava is so good. Although I did really like that Kolsch from that brewery that we went to when I came to visit. That was fucking delicious.
Oh no,
Was it a
wasn't that
Kolsch?
I think it was a Pilsner.
Yeah, you're right. It was a Pilsner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
and it
right,
was
you're right.
definitely the best Pilsner I've ever had. Yeah.
Oh, it was
I don't
so
remember the name of
fucking
it.
good.
Anyway, this is a very good beer. Very good.
All right, we're both drinking good
Good.
beers. Mine is sweet, actually, on the back end of it. Also, I'm
Yeah.
really enjoying it. Thank you for sending me this, Robbie.
Well, you're welcome.
Love
You're
you.
welcome. Only because it was expiring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Lauren, what are we doing today?
Today, Robert, we are reviewing Krampus.
Krampus.
It's a Christmas movie. That's a scary movie too.
For those of you that don't know, Krampus is kind of the German anti-Santa Claus. He was a demonic spirit that kind of followed Santa Claus, and in the stories, I believe he would pick up bad kids,
Yeah, he terrorized kids.
which is kind of the opposite of the movie. I mean, to be fair, he does technically terrorize and kidnap kids in the movie, but
Yeah.
he also, hurts adults, which I don't
He
think he
hurts
does.
everyone
in the original
that
tales.
doesn't have Christmas spirit.
Yeah, which is kind of weird in the way because if they're trying to portray Krampus as the bad guy, but is he really?
No.
He's like teaching them a
Yeah,
lesson
exactly.
for being shitty people.
I agree.
Anyway, Krampus was directed by one of my favorite directors, Michael Dougherty, who also did Trick or Treat.
Yes, that
which
was
is
one of my
my
fun
favorite movie of all
facts.
time. Exactly. This was released in 2015, December of 2015, so they released it at a good time. Had a budget of $15 million and grossed $16 million at the opening day,
Wow, that's
and
great.
61 million worldwide.
I
So did very well.
that doesn't surprise me because I mean, it might just be that I don't have knowledge of it, but like, how many horror Christmas movies are out there?
A lot.
Are there really?
Yeah.
But I feel like this
There's one called Jack Frost.
were they like shown in theaters though, or are they just like?
I think Black Christmas was.
See,
the
that's what I
original
mean.
Black
Like, this
Christmas.
is like one of the first Christmas movies like I remember seeing ads for to see in the movie theater. Because I
Yeah.
actually really wanted to see this movie when it came out, but I never
Yeah.
fucking did. I'm real glad we watched it because I like it. I'm just gonna say it up front. I like it.
Lauren's review. I like your regular. Was it Ebert and
Yeah.
what the fuck was
I
their
don't
name?
Care.
the movie reviewers?
Yeah.
Roger Ebert and the other
and the
douchebag that
guy.
died early.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
him.
Anyway, where are we? Some of the actors in this movie that you might recognize are Adam Scott. He's from Parks and Rec.
Parks and
He's in a couple
Rec.
other random things.
Yeah.
Step Brothers. He plays the father in the movie. David Koechner, who plays Uncle Howard. He's in a lot of things. He's in a lot of TV shows, extras in a movie.
Is he in Hot Tub Time Machine?
Yep. Is he in Hot Tub Time Machine?
I don't know, Robbie. That's why I asked.
I don't think he's in Hot Tub Time Machine. He's in The Office. What else? I mean, extras in TV shows.
Oh yeah, he is in The Office. He's that douchebag.
He
He plays
which
a
I'm blanking on the name
douchebag
right
really
now.
well.
He does play a douchebag very well. What's the movie? Anchorman. He's an anchorman. He plays one
yeah.
of the sports anchor.
Yep.
Fuck, I'm
I don't
forgetting
know.
his
I
name
don't.
too.
I've never
God
seen
damn it.
Anchorman.
You've never seen Anchorman?
No.
God damn it, Lauren. You're a shitty
I've
person.
seen bits and pieces, but I've never
Oh,
seen
God.
it all the way through. I don't like Will Ferrell, so
Oh, well, that's why you're dumb. Next we have Conchata Farrell. So I never knew her name.
is that the grandma?
She plays.
Or is that
No, she plays Aunt Dorothy.
That's why I'm drinking this beer, Dorothy.
She's a big old lady. You definitely recognize her. She was in Mr. Deeds, 2.5 Men. She played the maid
Yeah, she's funny.
that helped him out all the time. She's super funny. She's in The Ranch, which is on a Netflix original right now. Then you have the mom, who's played by Toni Collette.
Toni Collette. That's one of my notes. I fucking love Toni Collette.
She is in Little Miss Sunshine, not so new anymore, but Hereditary. And she was in
Velvet Buzzsaw.
Velvet Buzzsaw, the other movie we watched to
Yes.
do a review of. I honestly don't. Did she play
She was
the
the
woman that
art.
died at the end?
She got her arm sawed off in the thing, and the kids were playing in her blood.
Oh, okay, that was her.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't.
She's
remember that
also
part.
in United States of Terra. So
Yeah, nobody watched that.
I do. It's
There really
good.
isn't a whole. Those are probably the only real famous actors in this movie. There's a lot of like random little kids that you know they weren't really in anything
Yeah.
else. I think the sister was in Lovely Bones. Is that what it's called?
I've never seen it. I don't know, but
I never saw
there is a
I know
thing
the
called
name.
Lovely. I have the book on that bookshelf. I've never read it though.
It just
It just sits there.
yeah, but that's about it.
Oh, I stole it from someone. I didn't steal it. They lent it to me. I never gave it back.
So you're a thief. That's cool. Gonna read a quick synopsis of the movie to kind of give you an idea what's going on. We're gonna play some good music over this part, right? We're gonna
Duh.
do that. I think I'm editing it anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
When his when his dysfunctional family clashes over the holidays, young Max gets disillusioned and turns his back on Christmas. Meanwhile, this lack of
you got it.
Meanwhile, this lack of festive spirit unleashes the wrath of Krampus, a demonic force of ancient evil intent on punishing non-believers. All hell breaks loose as beloved holiday icons take on monstrous lives of their own, laying siege to the fractured family's home and forcing them to fight for one another if they hope to survive. I think that sums it up pretty well.
Yeah, that's very accurate.
So one thing I noticed, so I had the DVD version. I think you watched it on Amazon Prime?
Let me tell you the crossroads I came to just before we even started the movie. And by we, I mean myself because I watched it alone. I got on Amazon and it was rent or own. And it's $3.99 to rent and it's $9.99 to own. And you only get it for like 24 hours once you've rented it. And I'm like, well, what if I really like it? And then I want to buy it. And I've already spent $3 more than I would have if I just bought it to begin with. And I think I'm going to like it. And I don't want to go out and buy the DVD because I have to watch it tonight. So I bought it. So I own it on Amazon Prime.
That was a super long story for saying, hey, I bought it on Amazon.
Well, I just wanted you to know the what I was struggling with before I even started watching this movie.
Oh, God. I bought it, like, the physical copy because I've always wanted it for my horror collection anyway. And in, like, the title menu screen, before you play it, it plays a super creepy version of Oh Christmas Tree.
Oh, I love
Just like piano, but it like really sets the mood. So I think they did a good job. The music score, I think, in this was really good.
I think that this movie has a phenomenal score.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Good.
I noticed it in like 6 or 7 different times, like how perfectly the music lined up with the scene, and it really made it.
Did you watch or did you like listen to the credits at the end when it played Carol of the Bells?
Oh yeah, yes, of course I did. I was like, oh, I love the song, but then it's like Krampus.
like a creepy version.
I know. I want to like get a version of that. I was gonna search it on Spotify to see if I could just have it because it was fucking awesome.
I'm sure they have a soundtrack
I'm sure
somewhere.
I'll have to look it up.
So the opening scene of this movie is just a giant Black Friday store rush with everybody fighting.
I love that scene, and again, the score for that scene was perfect.
Yeah, and then it kind of opens up on one of the 3 wise men fighting Rudolph, the son.
Yep.
He's dressed up as Rudolph, and they're just trying to beat the shit out of each other. I thought that was pretty funny. It's kind of like an introduction to the family, kind of like a meet and greet. And then we meet the grandma.
Grandma! I love
we
Grandma.
didn't talk Omi. They call her Omi. She's like old world German, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Because it kind of sets up Krampus, because he's a German fairy tale. Folklore. The actress that plays her is actually Austrian. So,
all right. Well, I think,
and she was like the 3rd choice because the other 2 like dropped out.
Oh, really?
To play her, so she was like last minute casting.
I think that Krampus also has a lot of relevance in Austrian settings as well.
I'm sure that whole area, Germany, Austria, maybe not Belgium, maybe, but like Denmark. I don't know, things like that.
Fuck it.
Grandma only speaks German. Initially. For a while, which is weird because the son Max understands every word.
It's like they all know how to. I think they all know it, but they just can't. They just like don't speak it.
That's stupid. Like, why would you even bother with her speaking German in the first place?
Because it gives her a mysterious,
mysterious grandma.
Mysterious
vibes.
grandma. Yeah. You get those vibes.
I think on a Tinder profile.
Mysterious grandma.
I give out mysterious grandma vibes. We're then this is like what 2 or 3 days before Christmas, some shit that all this happens.
I think it's Christmas Eve, isn't it?
Something like that.
It's Christmas.
I don't remember.
It's the day. It's one of the
2 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
It's 2 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
Because they wake up the next morning
and it's Christmas Eve.
They don't. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. Anyway, then we're introduced to the main family's other side of the family, which is like the shitty white trash.
It's the mom's sister's family.
And they're so funny. They're just a white trash inbred family driving a Hummer. You know, they're all mouth breathers.
Whereas the
It's
main
really funny.
family lives in a very nice house, and
Yeah.
you can tell they are affluent.
They're normal, basically. Actually, I wouldn't even say affluent. They're just normal.
Well, they
it
have a
seems
really
like.
nice kitchen. All right.
Did you notice the fat son, instead of in his water bottle holder in his backpack, he just has a sleeve of Pringles, like a full sleeve.
That's what my backpack looks like
Yeah.
sometimes too.
I'm like, this kid's living in 2040. Holy shit!
I love
I never even thought
Pringles.
about doing that.
Hell yeah.
This family, I mean, I think the director wanted you to hate them. Like every single member of that family, they wanted you to hate right away.
I didn't hate the sister, but I'm annoyed by the fucking
no.
son. I'm annoyed by wait, which family are you talking about?
The white trash family.
Yeah. I didn't hate the mom.
There's two
I like the
sisters.
mom.
Well, even the mom is like snipey and kind of a bitch.
I think the mom
no
of the
reason.
main family is a kind of a bitch.
Because she had to put up with all these dumb white trash
She's
people.
just stiff. She's stiff, all right?
Well,
She's
she was
too
trying to
she
make a
has
good
too much
time for
she's too much of a
everybody.
control freak. I don't like her character, Robbie. I don't like her. I don't like anyone, to be honest. I don't really like
thought
any
she's
of
a
these
good character.
characters. They're all fucking dumb. Not like the characters are dumb, but like the characters are dumb. You know what I mean?
Did you like the lesbian twins?
No.
They were the worst.
They were the
real
fucking
shitheads.
worst. And let me tell you how pissed off I am at this family about this whole situation. They should have put well, are you gonna get to where she reads the shit?
Yeah.
We'll talk about it when we get there.
Anyway, they're all eating dinner basically, and Max wrote a letter to Santa Claus because he still believes in Santa Claus in a way. And the bitch Lesbo sisters find the letter and read it in front of everybody and embarrass him.
Yeah, and it was like a really nice letter that was
Yeah.
so honest. He was like, I wish my parents would fall back in love, and I wish
Oh, yeah.
I wish life wasn't so hard for my aunt and uncle. And I wish and then like it goes quiet and he's like, give me back the thing, and she like reads it in her head and is like, he does not wish we were boys.
Yeah, we does not wish we were boys.
And then
Yeah.
the mom comes back in and the kid goes to fucking fight her. That should have listen, if these were good parents, this would have had the kibosh put to it way before it got to this. If they were paying attention to their kids, they would have realized what the letter was saying and gone and taken it away from her and fucking sent her to her room. And none of this would have fucking happened if they had been good parents.
I think they were good. I think they were.
I don't think they
parents.
were good. They should not have let it escalate to that point. I don't think.
Well, one of them wasn't even in the room when it happened.
It doesn't matter. The dad should have been fucking paying attention. Your kids are yelling. Focus.
So one of the best lines happened during this like Christmas dinner scene. It's from Aunt Dorothy. Obviously,
Yep.
she had some of the best one-liners.
Yep.
And she's complaining that they didn't cook a ham for Christmas. And she says, "Who doesn't make a ham for Christmas? What are you now, a Jew?" And like everybody's quiet.
And then she gets pissed off and leaves the room.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one.
She's good. I love her in the movie.
She was a good character
Yeah.
because it was obvious they wanted you to hate her.
I didn't hate her. I liked her.
Anyway.
I sympathized with her. I was like, yeah, man, life is fucking rough. You go get drunk.
I thought you would sympathize with the lesbian sisters.
No, I hate them. They're mean.
You didn't wish to be a boy?
No. Oh, but
Anyway,
But can I just say,
Yeah.
during that scene when everyone was like mad at the food that the mom made,
yeah,
and-
for no reason.
yeah, they're like, oh, it's too fancy, and so the sister was getting up to leave, and she like was like mentioned something about the food, and the mom was like, well, sorry I didn't make mac and cheese and hot dogs, and I was literally eating mac and cheese and hot dogs.
Because you like trash, Lauren.
I didn't have any food. Actually, they were Vienna sausages.
Oh my god, that's even more white trash, Lauren.
I didn't
Oh my
have any
God.
sort of protein and I wanted it, so I had a can of Vienna sausage, so I fried them.
You, oh my god.
So I'm white trash.
Anyway,
Yep.
they have dinner, they all go to bed, and while they're asleep, a snowstorm knocks out all the power to the neighborhood, which kind of starts off this
Crazy
whole thing.
snowstorm.
And it's kind of like the showing of Krampus, because what happens after dinner, Max takes his letter to Santa and says fuck it and rips it up and throws it out the window and pretty much wishes his family was, it's like Home Alone, he wishes they were all dead. Basically.
Yeah, he was just pissed off at everyone. And also, this day starts with them opening an advent calendar to an angry looking snowman. It's very
not even an
faux
angry looking snowman, like a somebody shoved a baby inside a snowman and sculpted around it. It was really weird.
It was
looking,
a very
like,
weird looking snowman, but it was
Yeah.
just, it was ominous.
it's foreshadowing.
Yeah, that's what I said
That's
before.
what that was. He did?
Yeah, I think so.
I wasn't.
I don't know. Maybe
Anyway.
I didn't.
Power goes out. There's a knock at the door. A mysterious Santa bag, along with another package from an actual delivery man, shows up at the door. They take the Santa bag in. They don't really say. They put it to the side and they don't really say anything about it for a long time.
Yeah,
Which
nobody
is
was
what I
like,
kinda
who
liked.
sent these presents?
Yeah, nobody said anything. And what does the dad say? He's like, why do rich people get all the free stuff?
Yeah, it must be Democrats.
must be Democrats. Yeah, they did say that, didn't they? Oh, that's pretty funny. And then fucking Omi, Grammy over there is fucking awesome. She starts making like homemade old world hot chocolate.
Hell yeah. I was super
was
pumped. I was like, oh, I want some fucking hot chocolate.
And then some hot chocolate to wash down these Vienna sausages.
Yes. Actually, I did make some chocolate milk. So I used Ovaltine.
Ovaltine. Who the fuck buys Ovaltine anymore?
I love Ovaltine. I always have Ovaltine. And so I made myself some chocolate milk with Ovaltine.
Ugh, oh my god.
Yep.
And then we have the daughter of the main family, and she has a boyfriend that lives down the street, and she is going to go find him because she can't get in contact with him. And the parents just let her go
Just
out
fucking
in this
let her go out
horrendous
in a
storm.
blizzard. In a fucking blizzard. These are terrible
Yeah.
parents. If you parent your
Yeah.
child like this, you're making bad decisions.
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 Anyway, she goes off in the snowstorm, and we will talk about her later. Actually, no, we're going to talk about her right now.
Yeah, we are.
They pan to her kind of walking down the street in this huge storm. She can't see in front of her. And all of a sudden, we get our first sighting of Krampus. It's not close up. It's super like far away. He's on a roof. And then he starts jumping from roof to roof. And she starts screaming and tries to run back home.
No, she doesn't
And
try
she
to run
run-
back home. She runs forward to the truck.
I thought she passed the truck and then came back.
I don't think so. I think she's walking.
Either
up.
way,
she
she
sees
tries
the
running
truck
away.
stopped and stops
Yeah.
and walks up to it and then
She sees Krampus. Anyway, she runs to the delivery truck, and the delivery man is now dead. Same guy that dropped off the original package.
he shouldn't have been out in that blizzard either.
God, no. Thank God for mailman.
Yeah,
They're so nice.
seriously,
He
though.
died for our Amazon orders.
Ugh.
So she hides underneath the truck, and Krampus shows up and, does the normal walk around the car, horror movie kind of thing. You can only see his feet, and
It's terrifying,
he-
really.
yeah, exactly. And then he jumps away, and she's like, oh, I'm safe now. And then she turns around, and he left a Jack-in-the-Box toy
Yep.
that slowly starts winding itself, and then it pops open, and this fucking demon monster starts popping out.
But you
and
don't
then
really
hear her
see what it looks
scream.
like. You just
Yeah.
hear her scream. And you know what I really liked leading up to that scene was when she
What?
was walking down the street, the use of dark to light or from light to dark lighting in that you could just it was very well used. I really liked it. Because she's walking, it's like a normal day, and then everything shifts to dark. And that happens a lot throughout the movie, and it's just very telling that all right, yeah, something bad is about to happen.
Yeah, and that's when we get our first death.
You betcha.
About 25 minutes into the movie. I thought, because I had seen this movie once before when it first came out a long time ago. So it's kind of nice to watch it again, because it's only the second time. I thought she lived. I thought she had come back later on in the movie, but she doesn't. She does die right there.
Yeah.
Or she at least gets captured, or whatever Krampus does.
Yeah.
I'm saying captures and kills in this movie are the same to me. So
Yeah, same.
it's whatever. But
whatever.
yeah, she dies, unfortunately. I was kind of hoping for her to last through the movie a little bit.
Yeah, not be one of the first characters killed. Because honestly, out of all those characters, she was maybe one of the most likable.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she
was
had
actually
some
trying to
sort of
quell
redeeming
things.
quality.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, minus she's, left her family to go see her fucking boyfriend.
Well, you
to
know
go
what? I
smoke
wouldn't
weed.
want to. Well, you're not wrong. That is pretty terrible. But would you really want to hang out with that family?
No.
Exactly.
No. Maybe I'd hang out with Omi.
Oh hell yeah! I'd definitely hang out with Naomi. But she's too cool for that. She's a teenager.
Yeah. So after a while, the dad notices that their daughter's not back yet because she was supposed to be back in an hour or some shit. So the dad and the uncle leave the house in his giant Hummer and to go find the daughter in the snowstorm.
Also,
That's when they
can I just
find-
mention that my note says
Yeah.
dumb bitch deserved it for walking in a blizzard.
She was in love. She did it for love, Lauren.
No, she didn't. She did it to get away from her family.
She did it for drugs.
She did it for drugs.
Anyway, they're driving the snowstorm. They come to the abandoned snowplow, I believe, first, or did they go to the house first?
Snowplow.
So they get the snowplow, and there's an abandoned snowplow with a hole
Punched
in
in.
the punched in. They make sure to reference that, and no driver. So they keep going to look for somebody, and I think they go to the boyfriend's house.
Well, first
Right.
off, they see that the driver's gone and the window's punched in, so they go get
Yeah.
some fucking guns.
Oh yeah,
They
Who
get a
wouldn't?
shotgun and another gun, and the guy, he hands it to him. He goes, wow, this is heavy. He goes, yeah, that's Lucy's or Lucille's or
His wife.
his wife's gun.
It's a giant
Linda?
44
I don't
Magnum.
know her name.
I think it is actually Linda.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Anyway, they go to the boyfriend's house and they notice that it's all broken in.
It's
It's
fucked up.
snowy and
It's
cold.
fucked up.
It looks like it's abandoned. And then they go into the kitchen and there's a gingerbread man
With a knife.
knifed through the head onto the fridge, which is kind of also a little bit of foreshadowing. Not the knife, but the gingerbread man.
Yep.
And then as they're trying to go back, the uncle gets bitten by the goddamn snow monsters.
Stupid fucking snow monster.
They're like Christmas tremors.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I don't think you get to see any part of them either.
No, I don't think you do.
Even at the end, I don't think you see anything. Anyway, the dad shoots the snow tremors, and then they escape, even though the uncle has a bunch of bites and stuff like that.
His leg is fucked.
Yep, they run all the way back to the house basically, and everybody's upset that they didn't get their daughter, or the mom's pretty much the only one upset that she didn't find, which is reasonable to freak out like that. I
She
guess.
shouldn't have let her go in the first place. This is her fault.
Okay, we'll get to whose fault all this movie is at the end. They all go to sleep because they have no power. They can't do anything. They're just gonna wait till the storm clears up. Everybody falls asleep. The fire goes out.
The grandmother has alluded, keep the fire hot on
Yeah, keep the
multiple
fire hot.
occasions.
I think it was only like once at that point, but
Maybe at that point, but in multiple, it just, yeah.
so the fire goes out, and now Krampus takes his opportunity and lowers a gingerbread man down the chimney
Yeah.
and lures in the little fat kid
Yeah.
who is like the
Who, like-
creepiest character.
Yeah, I fucking hate him. Also, the score for that, like, that scene where they're all sleeping, so good. They make such good use of Christmas songs, like, on these kind
so
of
did Trick or
scenes.
Treat. Trick or Treat was the same way.
I don't
why I-
remember, Robbie.
Really, that's why I own the soundtrack to Trick or Treat because it's so good.
I'll have to rewatch it. But I
Anyway.
just fucking love the score. I fucking love it.
He lures the fat kid in with the gingerbread man. The fat kid bites the gingerbread man's head, and the gingerbread man comes to life and wraps him up in chains.
Yeah.
And Krampus drags him up the fucking chimney,
Yes.
which is pretty cool.
But everyone is trying to keep him from going up the chimney. It's a big fight scene,
It's a
essentially.
huge fight scene.
Yeah. And this actually gets into one of the things that I don't like about this movie. I do not like the gingerbread. I don't
Why?
like the CGI use in this movie. And I don't know if it's necessarily the use, but like the visual of the characters, like the gingerbread man looks like the fucking gingerbread man from Shrek, and it's too cartoony for this movie, and I fucking hate it. I hate everything about the gingerbread man in
calm
this
down.
movie. No, that
Jesus.
loses it a whole star, Robbie, because I hate the gingerbread
Oh,
that
shut
much.
up.
It doesn't. They could have made them look like creepier, like less cartoony, and I just.
Well, I
hate
think
them.
they wanted to make him look cartoony
I
so that the
hate
kids would
that.
believe that it was like a real gingerbread man. If it was evil looking, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm not fucking with that."
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, "Oh, he's a happy gingerbread man."
No, I
Anyway.
don't like it.
That's the second death. And after this, actually, the Christmas tree lights on fire and burns up all the presents and shit like that.
Yeah.
This is when Omi, the grandmother, finally explains what's going on.
In English.
In English, yeah. But what does Aunt Dorothy say? She's like, English. I fucking knew it. Like- anyway, she explains Krampus, and pretty much everybody believes her except for a few people.
Except
The
for
mom
the
definitely believes.
uncle. The uncle's just like,
Yeah.
fucking crazy bitches off her meds.
Yeah, what is she going to talk about next? The goddamn rabbit Easter bunny? Anyway, the mom understands because she saw the evil gingerbread man
Yeah.
alive
Yes.
when she was trying to help him to the chimney. So that's pretty cool. I think this leads to the part when Max starts looking out the window more,
Yeah.
and more creepy snowmen
So many creepy
keep
snowmen.
popping up. Yeah, and then that's when I think that's what I wrote. Why I wrote creepy snow demons, because you see the elves, which you find out are elves later.
Yeah,
like
running in
lurking
between
around.
the snowmen. And
Yeah.
the most disconcerting thing about those snowmen is that they're facing the house. Nobody
I know.
fucking makes a snowman to face their house. They face away from your house. It's so terrifying. If somebody ever
I
built a
think they did a good
snowman
job of
looking
that.
in my house, I would think that's a threat.
Yeah, they did a good job with that.
Oh,
part.
it was
Just
so
the
creepy.
creepiness,
It
the
was
atmosphere.
awesome. It was so well done.
At this point, the twin lesbian sisters, they get lured into the attic by the demon toys. I think the demon toys pretend to be the
brother,
Beth, their
or
sister.
oh
No,
yeah,
the sister.
yeah, the sister, because they went upstairs to try and use the bathroom.
Yeah, so the missing sister, they think it's her trying talking to them, and it lures them into the attic.
Stupid assholes.
At this point, this is more like one of my favorite parts, probably one of the creepiest parts too. The toys come to life. They burst out of their packages. That the mysterious Santa bag that was left at the door.
Yep.
It all got stuffed into the attic because when it caught on fire, apparently that's where they put them to rewrap them or whatever. They start screaming. The family goes to check on them.
Yep.
They go upstairs, and that's when we were introduced to probably one of the creepiest horror movie monsters ever, which is the Jack-in-the-Box.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Fuck
This
that
creepy,
thing.
Fucking Predator-looking face from Predator, but with like a doll's.
Everything about
Oh my god.
everything about that character makes me uncomfortable.
Teeth
Every
and flesh.
single thing about it makes me uncomfortable.
And it's basically swallowing the twins to try and kidnap him.
It eats them
or
like a
kill 'em.
snake.
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking like they walk in and her feet are sticking out.
It's creepy.
Yeah. And did you notice like some of the other scenes you can see the kids like trying to kick out of
Yes.
Jack in the Box? Anyway, they're dealing with that situation upstairs, and downstairs the uncle is fighting the evil gingerbread man.
The fucking gingerbread men.
Yeah, and he lights him on fire, and the dog saves the day and eats one of them before it tries to stab him. And
Yeah, I think. Wait, what did I write? I went. The dog with the fucking gingerbread man.
Yep.
The last gingerbread man is like jumping towards the guy. He's like out of bullets, or his thing isn't like reloaded, and he's just like, ah. I don't know why you'd be that scared of a gingerbread man. What's it gonna do to you? And the fucking dog just like jumps in midair and fucking eats the gingerbread man. It was hilarious.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
It was great
That
comic.
dog comes
It was
back.
really well timed comic relief for that portion.
After the gingerbread men, we are introduced to some more demonic toys.
Yes.
We have the Christmas angel demon.
Fucking bitch.
Whatever the fuck that thing was supposed to be. That was pretty funny.
Do you know that they never rehearsed that fight scene at all, and they didn't know what the things looked like? So they
Oh, really?
literally like their reactions to them like falling like on them or her getting strung up, like those are real. They didn't know that was gonna happen.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. That's why she called it a
we-
bitch when it fell, because she was actually
Yeah.
scared.
And then we are also introduced to the evil teddy bear, which is pretty cool. I feel like you have to have an evil teddy bear.
I
in there
I
somewhere.
want to like the teddy bear, but it just looks like such a cartoon. I fucking hate it.
He wasn't CGI though.
I don't know what he was, but I didn't like how he looked.
I think he was definitely a real prop because I watched the bloopers.
Really?
And he was a real prop.
He's very
that they had with
creepy.
the face.
I don't know.
very
It just
creepy.
doesn't look real to me.
Yeah.
But I
and then
like
we have
that.
The
I like
stabby robot.
I like that when they stabbed him in the eye, he bled green.
Yeah. And then we have the stabby robot.
The
That
stabby
jumps.
robot.
That's what I wrote. Stabby robot because that's all he had, like knives
Yeah, he just
as
stabbed.
hands or whatever. And that one was kind of uncreative, non-creative,
Yeah.
not creative. But that's okay. And then kind of everybody is like struggling to fight these goddamn things, and then the aunt, not Aunt Dorothy, the other aunt, the sister,
The sister.
fucking goes on a rampage with an axe,
Just
stabs the bear with an icicle, and just starts fucking up all these creatures. It was pretty cool.
yeah.
It was a good moment. It was a good like fuck yeah moment.
It was
Like
a-
fucking get them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see what's next. What do we have, Lauren?
What do we have next? I wrote poor grandma.
That's I got some steps in between that one.
All right, so basically they
They go back downstairs,
Yep.
and that's when I think Krampus starts to try to gather the toys back up because they failed to get anybody
the elves
else.
come in now. The elves. We forgot about the elves.
Well, the dog goes into the vents to try to save
Oh yeah.
the day. Remember? And then they end up killing the dog, and then the Jack in the
Yeah.
Box
Fuck
falls through
this
the
movie
roof.
for killing the dog.
Jack in the Box falls through the roof. The toys come back. I believe Aunt Dorothy picks up the shotgun,
Yep.
kills the angel, or shoots the angel in
Shoots
the
the
head.
angel. Yep.
The bear,
Yep.
and then she points it at the Jack in the Box, and there's like, Aunt Dorothy, get rid of it. And she goes with fucking pleasure.
Yes.
And as she goes, which I was like, oh, I wish she had shot it in the head. That would have been awesome. But at that point, that's when they break through the window.
Yeah, the elves break
And
through. They're
that's-
creepy
yeah.
little fucking things.
Yep. And that's when the elves show up and wrap a chain around Aunt Dorothy. She says something like
I don't know.
fucking figures, and then she
Oh,
gets ripped out.
I forgot to mention, I really love this quote when all the things were starting to break in and like Aunt Dorothy was left in the living room to watch the kids.
Mm-hmm.
She like had a quote that says, "I'm old enough to know when life is coming at you with its pants down."
Oh, and all the kids are like, "What does that mean?" She means getting fucked.
We're getting fucked.
Getting fucked. Yeah, she had a lot of good quotes.
Yeah,
in
I
this
love
one.
her one-liners are great.
Krampus steals Aunt Dorothy, probably kills her with the chain.
What is that? Death 5? 1,
I
2,
kind of
3,
stopped
4,
counting because I
5.
wasn't
That's
sure if they
Death
were just
5.
being kidnapped or not.
Well, they got one of the kids back. They got one of the kids back out of the
One of the
Jack-in-the-Box.
one of the Lesbo twins.
The one who stole the note to begin with.
Yeah.
That dumb bitch.
Then they steal the little baby. I think we forgot to mention that there is like not a newborn.
Oh,
but
they
like a
did take the
1-year-old.
baby, didn't they?
Yeah, they don't reference it either. The elves pick up the baby and steal the fucking baby, which is kind of fucked up.
Oh, and then and that's when actually the uncle goes too, because he goes after the baby. So the elves he ends up grabbing on the chain and going out with them.
Yep, that's attached to
We
like
got
Aunt
rid of
Dorothy
3
or some
characters
shit.
in one go. It was great.
It's pretty crazy. Like, it all happens pretty fast. Then the family kind of decides that, hey, we need to get the fuck out of here because the fire is dying.
Yeah.
The fire is dead at
Fire's
this point.
dead.
We need to get to the snowplow, make it to safety. They leave the house, and as they leave, Omi pushes everybody out and locks the door behind them and boards it up so that they can't get back in because she is going to stay behind and fight Krampus herself.
She's gonna
apparently.
sacrifice herself for Krampus because this whole movie is about what you sacrifice.
Yeah. And this is when Krampus kind of makes his real, like, full facial debut.
He kind of did with. No, I guess
He
you're
really,
right.
it's like, it'll show like a little
Yeah,
bit.
you're
But this,
right.
this you actually see it
I was
because we
gonna
get
see.
really
It shows
up
a little
close.
bit when he's on the roof when the sister is there, but you're right. This is
Yeah.
like the full like
Full
long
reveal.
shot on his face.
Which I think is good. I think all the little creatures and toys kind of distracted you from not seeing him.
Yep. I think
So
they wanted
when you
that. I
do-
think they wanted
Yeah,
to keep
well,
it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was the point. So it did a good job at that.
Yeah, and I really like that they didn't actually tell you the history and like the folk tale of Krampus,
Krampus, yeah.
until like the end, like right before this part. Like you didn't really know what Krampus was until it was like totally explained, but they kept it like further in the movie, and I like that instead of like.
And they really didn't even explain the lore too much. Omi just kind of.
Yeah, I think
talk
exactly, but
slightly.
they did it in like the right. They did it in a well done way. I appreciate.
Yeah,
it.
they went to like an animated version of when she was a kid.
Yeah, I
in,
liked that.
Germany.
That was a really another nice like touch of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. So at this point, Omi dies, obviously, from Krampus.
That's why I wrote
Family-
poor grandma.
Poor Grammy. The family runs outside the house, tries to get to the snowplow, as I mentioned before. And at this point, this is when the snow Christmas tremors come back.
Yep.
And it's like, did they just forget that these things existed? Like, it
Well,
already tried to kill
I
you
would have
once.
thought that it just like I would have forgotten about it because there's been so many other fucking things.
Yeah,
But also like who knows where it is now? It could have just gone anywhere.
I know. This is when it kind of gets kind of sad. I mean, not even though they stole the baby already. But anyway,
Yeah, fuck that
this
baby.
is the part where the dad, Adam Scott, sacrifices himself for his
Mm-hmm,
kids and his family to try to push them into the snowplow.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, so he gets dragged under and killed by the snow monsters.
Snow
and then the
tremor.
aunt, right after him, also gets taken by the snow Christmas tremors.
Yep, just grabbed, dragged down.
Yep. And then at the end, the mom, she's the last one. I think she like grabs the door and like shoves them in.
She
and,
like puts the kids in the truck, and then
Yep.
as soon as they're in the truck, it like grabs her. She's like, "I love you," and then it grabs him.
yeah. So at this point, the only people left are Max, the main character, the little boy, and one of the lesbian sisters that read the Christmas note.
Yeah, the douchier lesbian sister.
So at this point, they can't get the truck to start, obviously, because it looks like it's been sitting out there with the lights on the whole fucking movie anyway. So
Yep.
you know what I mean. This is when the elves come back, and they take the last twin away. And so so Krampus shows up, if I remember correctly,
Yep.
and lets Max live
Yeah.
because he's the only one that needs to be left to kind of tell the story, to pass it on like a warning.
Yeah, he gives him the crumpled up note that he had thrown away.
Yes.
And then a Christmas
bell.
bell.
The Krampus bell that was given to his grandmother when she was left alive from Krampus back during World War II.
Right.
So it kind of like it's like full cycle.
A reminder.
kind of thing. Yep. And then Max kind of says, "Fuck this! I'm gonna go save."
I actually
everybody."
thought the movie was done then. I was like, wow,
Oh,
that
really?
had like a fucking Mist movie like
Yeah.
ending. It's like, wow,
No.
fuck that.
No, that's not as bad as The Mist. And at this point, Max goes back and he finds Krampus and the toys and the elves getting back into the sleigh. Because apparently Krampus has his own fucking sleigh pulled by demon skeleton horses
Mm-hmm.
like Harry Potter. Which is a pretty cool scene. It's nice to see like all the characters
In one.
kind of like together.
place,
Yeah,
yeah.
because most of the time it was separate except for the elves.
Yeah, I like that. I like this scene. The kid yells at Krampus.
Yeah, so Max pretty much says, "Fuck you and your Christmas bell, you Kringle bitch." And,
Crinkle bitch.
and he's like, "I just want my family back." And like you think like Krampus is gonna be nice about it. And
There's
just
like
be
a really long pause. You really think that
Yeah.
he's taking all of this into consideration, like
yeah, he's like, I love my family. I'm so sorry for what I did. Things like that.
take
Krampus,
me,
like, kinda,
not
like,
them.
yeah, like I think he's gonna self-sacrifice. Everybody's gonna come back, and then he just kind of like, does he pick him up or something? And,
Well, then
and
they everyone starts laughing and they push
Yeah.
his fucking cousin into like
They
the
push him
pit of doom. And then he keeps laughing and
pit to hell.
he picks Max up by the head or whatever
Yeah.
and like pulls him over the fucking pit of doom
Yep.
and
And
drops
then drops
him.
him in. So basically, everybody died.
I was like, I literally wrote, I was like, Krampus is a dick.
Everybody deserved it. Fuck them.
Oh, seriously. But it was just like, twice you expected redemption, like twice. And then he just fucking drops him in. You're like, oh shit. Okay.
So
they're all
and then you
fucking
think
dead.
it's
And then I thought
you
it was
think
over again. And then it wasn't.
so you think it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
you
Lauren
think
said, but it's
over.
obviously not. And you have Max waking up in his bed on like Christmas morning, and at first you're like, "Oh, this was all a fucking horrible dream," you know.
Yeah,
stuff
he
like
falls
that. It
out of
never actually
bed.
happened.
It's just a bad dream.
And then he goes downstairs, and everybody's nice and happy. All the family's there, opening presents. And then he opens one of his presents, and it's the Krampus Christmas bell.
Yep.
And everybody in the family just kind of looks,
It's like,
and like they realize what it is, because I think they all thought the same thing, like it was all a dream,
yeah.
and that's why they were all so nice to each other in this Christmas morning.
Yep.
And then they're all quiet, and it just pulls out, and they're inside of a small snow globe in pretty much hell, in Krampus's hell.
Yep.
In his giant collection of dead people's snow globes.
Yes.
And that's the end.
It's-
I like that.
This movie was awesome. I fucking
It
loved
really
this
was.
movie.
This was a very
I've been
good
watching
movie.
it while I've been editing all week. I've been like, I had it on in the background with like no sound, like just watching it because it's
Just watching it.
it's so visually like pleasing.
Yeah.
Like it's such a
It's very nice.
well done movie. My last note on this is great movie. Great movie minus the dumb looking animated toys. That's the only thing
get
I
over
hated
it.
about this movie. Everything else, the score was good, the lighting was good, all of it was good.
You just didn't like the gingerbread man. The toys were awesome.
I like the Jack
Like,
in the
nothing
Box.
else was. Yeah, nothing else was CGI.
I don't really like the angel. It's just not.
They were creepy.
I know they were
like
creepy, but I
toys.
just didn't like it.
That's 'cause you're
They just didn't
dick.
work for me, Robbie. They just didn't work for me. I want some old German ass looking terrifying
That's
toy.
what they were.
I didn't like them.
Oh, you don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
fine. I like the movie.
Well, so one thing I noticed about this movie is it gives you a sense of being cold.
Oh,
that make
all
sense?
the time. Yes, it's very
And
good.
I like movies that do that. I love movies that do that. Another one that does that very well is The Shining. The Shining does a good job of just making you feel cold.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
hard to
because
explain until you watch it.
like Krampus like gave off the illusion of just like dead cold. Like there's no like it's not snowing to make it cold. Like everything is frozen and the breath that you're breathing like all of it is just like fucking frozen. Everything is cold. It just gives such a good illusion to it. I just love it. It's really great.
Yeah, they did a very good job. In the DVD version, I don't know if they do it on the Amazon one. The beginning, when they show like the production studio logos,
Yeah.
like Paramount and whatever. In this one, they're all frozen and covered
Yeah,
with ice.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I loved that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's
I don't think I've ever seen that in a movie.
Isn't it
where
like
they altered
Legendary or something? Is like the name of it.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
the picture studio was.
Yeah.
But I've never seen a movie do that. Like they altered the logo to look like.
Really? I've seen
I
movies
thought
do
it was
that
cool.
to logos.
Have you?
Yeah, I think so.
No, you don't watch movies if you don't know what you're
No,
talking
I'm
about.
pretty sure I've seen that before. It is
we're gonna
very
go over
cool
some
though.
We're gonna go over some ratings.
Ooh,
for this movie.
ratings.
IMDb has this rated at a 6.1 out of 10,
All right.
which I don't agree with it, but
I think it's
can
a little
see where it
low.
would get that rating.
I think it's a little low.
I think it's low too, but I think it's higher than I thought it was gonna get.
Yeah, I would
For
agree with
IMDb.
that. I would agree with that.
Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 67%, which I think is way too fucking low.
Yes. I don't know.
But
And I
Rotten-
don't know about Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know about
I'll look
that.
it up sometime. Rotten Tomatoes, their fucking critics, like their top rated critics, are a bunch of fucking like horse shit, rich white people.
Yeah, that's why. Like, I
that
don't know
don't
about
know
them.
fucking movies.
I don't know
Yeah.
about them.
And there was what was her name? I wrote it down. Oh yeah, in big letters I wrote "fuck you, Stephanie Zacharek."
Oh.
She's like some New York Times bullshit, not Times, yeah, whatever, some New York bullshit magazine, and she just like tore this movie apart. I'm like, fuck you. I'm like, there's no reason
Wow.
for you to be that critical of a like. It's a fun movie. And she's
It's
just,
not like
tearing it
trying to
apart.
be critically acclaimed. Like it's
Yeah,
just
exactly. That's why I don't trust movie reviewers, because they're a bunch of horseshit.
This is
fucking
why I don't
morons.
read
Like,
reviews, Robbie. This is why I don't read reviews. I just
I
go
wanted to read
based
good
on my
ones,
own
though.
opinion of how things look.
I like to read the good.
I don't want to
I like
read
to read the good reviews,
I
though.
just want to do it. I just want to be my own person.
I mean, I am too, but I mean, sometimes you gotta look at that kind of stuff. Anyway,
I don't.
Metacritic gave it a 49%, which is also very low. But they're a bunch of horseshit morons too.
I feel like it's because they don't want to take the movie seriously. So they're like, it's not a serious movie. It can't get more
Exactly.
than this. I think this
Yeah.
was a great movie. It was really well done.
Amazing.
And the only thing I don't like about it is the toys. And I don't think that's a bad thing. The elves were great. I love the elves.
Oh,
I like the
get
Jack
over
in the
it.
Box guy.
That's a toy.
I know, but I don't like the gingerbread man. I don't like the gingerbread man, and I don't like the teddy bear. I just think they look dumb.
You look dumb.
I
So,
know.
I realized this movie, at first you're like, oh, Krampus is the bad guy. And you're like, actually, Krampus is not the bad guy in this movie. And then you go, oh, it was fucking Max's fault.
Yeah.
Max is the one that tore up the letter and blah, 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 and Krampus showed up.
I really think it's the dumb
It is-
lesbian bitch fault.
Yes, it is
It's
the
her
lesbian
fault for reading the
sister's
fucking
fault.
letter.
Yes, if she hadn't read that in front of everybody and embarrassed him, he wouldn't have been upset and he wouldn't have crumpled it up and ripped it up and all this crazy shit. But then you also have to go, what if? Was Krampus already on his way to this shitty family anyway? Or was this just
No, I
like
think it's
circumstance?
implied that when he ripped it up, that was what set the Krampus thing in motion.
Maybe it, like the final straw was just like,
Yeah, because that's when he
I'm
like
coming to eat you.
actually stopped believing and like was mad about it.
yeah.
Like I think he could have gotten over it, or it just never should have happened. If you see a letter, that's a federal crime. That was not addressed to her. She read somebody else's mail. She should go to jail.
There was no stamp on it, so I don't think it's officially federal mail.
Well, how do you know?
So-
How do you know the stamp wasn't on it already?
Because you see the envelope.
Shut up,
There's no
Robbie.
stamp on it. And it looks like it's written by a goddamn like kindergartner.
If you see a letter and it doesn't have your fucking name on it, stay out of it because it doesn't involve you.
Then Krampus will show up and eat your
Krampus
family.
will show up and eat your family.
Oh my god. I really hope Michael Dougherty, the director, does more holiday origin movies.
Same.
Like some fucked up version of the Easter Bunny, I think would be crazy.
Yes. Oh, we should write him a letter.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you
Let's
want
invite him
to?
on the podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can we? I'm sure he'd
Sure.
do it. It's worth a shot.
Yeah. What's another good holiday that he could do?
Oh, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, oh yeah, there you go.
That would be a great one.
Arbor Day.
Maypole Day.
Maple Flag Day.
Thanksgiving.
Pride Month.
Yes.
Just a bunch of homos killing people.
The winter solstice.
That's not a real holiday, Laura.
Oh. Martin Luther King Day.
There you go.
President's Day.
All right, that's enough of that garbage.
Okay.
So, out of a 5-star rating, what would you give the movie, Lauren?
Robbie, I would. I got very excited.
I didn't know you were going to ask me that.
You know what? I think I'm gonna rate this movie a 4.
Okay.
I really like this movie. Aside from the the stupid gingerbread
Get over
men,
it.
I thought that this movie was great. It's very well done, and I'm really glad that we watched it. I'm glad we reviewed it, Robbie.
So, I also gave this a 4
Yeah.
as a movie as a whole.
Uh-huh.
But I think this is going to be like part of my Christmas movie tradition.
I know. I actually now that I own it, I'm gonna watch it all the time.
Yeah. And so for a Christmas movie, I gave it 5 out of 5.
Oh,
Overall,
yeah,
4
yeah.
out of 5.
Christmas for a Christmas movie, I get a 4.75.
4. That's not an option.
It
okay?
is now.
All right. Before we sign off, we're going to rate our beers.
Yeah, we are.
Because we've been forgetting to do that lately because we're horrible people.
We're not good
so
at our jobs.
We're not. No, that's why you have a new one.
Hey!
I drank Fury Kolsch from Saltfire Brewing Company in Salt Lake City, Utah. It was good. It was enjoyable. It was nothing too special. I was kind of hoping it would be like a flavored Kolsch of some sort, but it's not. It's kind of like just a normal Kolsch.
All right.
But it's very enjoyable. 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. I drank Dorothy's New World Lager from Toppling Goliath Brewing. in something, Iowa. Decorah. Decorah, Iowa, and it is 5.5% ABV, and it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It actually had quite a sweet back taste to it, and it was kind of citrusy up front. It definitely had that lager feel to it, but it was very light. I really enjoyed it. I think that I would rate this probably a 3.25.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Robbie. Thank you for sending me good beer. It'll look nice for the pictures for this one too, I think.
Yeah, it's a pretty reflective can, I think.
Yeah, the blues are beautiful.
Yeah. I think we nailed it on beer choice this week.
Yeah,
So,
fucking go us. High five.
And that just wraps it up for this episode of the Brew Interviews. You can find the Brew Interviews on our Instagram account at the Brew Interviews or on Twitter at Brew Interviews. You can also send us an email at thebrewinterviews@gmail.com or on Facebook under the Brew Interviews. And if you feel so inclined, you can head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/thebrewinterviews and become part of the Brew Interviews family, just like these few people: Hillary, Mitch, Steph, Karen, Danny, and Jess. Thank you very much for supporting the show. It really helps. Also be sure to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes.
Do it. If you do it, we'll send you stuff.
We'll send you a sticker.
Or a pin.
or a
If you want a
button.
sticker or a pin,
button?
just go write us a review. Guys, reviews take 2 seconds to do. They're very fun to write. You can be as sarcastic as you want. Just give us a good review, please. But like, just go do it. It helps us. It helps people find us. And you want other people to hear how funny we are, right?
They're not going to answer.
Well, I want them to think
Maybe in
to
your head,
themselves,
maybe in your head
yeah,
they'll
you're
answer.
right, Lauren. You are right. I am going to go to iTunes. I am going to write a review. I am going to help people hear your podcast. It's
That is
just
the
like
part.
running in the election. I'm ready to go, Robbie. It's like getting voters. I love this.
Are you done?
Yes.
Be sure to head over to redbubble.com and look up the Brew Interviews to get some of our cool merch. Also be sure to download the Devore app. That's where we got our amazing beer this week.
Do it.
Okay? And guess what? We have a promo code.
We
they
do.
gave us, especially for us. Just type in Brew Interviews and you will get $10 off your first order of $25 or more. Promo code Brew Interviews.
Brew interviews.
Ugh, don't do
I'm
that.
sorry.
For the Brew Interviews, I'm Robbie.
And I'm Lauren.
Good night.
Good night.
This has been The Brew Interviews, a podcast about craft beers coast to coast with Lauren and Robbie.
Kids are playing in her blood.